tell you the story about Cinderella.
Once upon a time in a kingdom, there lived a daughter who was very beautiful and kind. He lives with his two older sisters and stepmother. His father and mother are dead.
She was forced to do homework every day. Every day she was tortured, but she still loved her mother and half-sisters even though they had been very mean to her. She very evil sisters called her Cinderella, which means very dirty girl. They thought it was a suitable nickname for Cinderella.
One day, there was an invitation to a dance party from the palace for all the girls. The lucky girl could marry a very handsome prince. His mother and two half-sisters were very happy to hear the news.
I really want to go to the palace and dance with the prince, said her eldest sister.
Hey, don't dream, sis. I'm prettier than you. If later I become a king's princess, mother will definitely be very proud and happy. His second sister answered with a beaming face.
Whichever of you will marry the prince, it will make mother very happy. Our family will be distinguished. His stepmother said she was mediating between his two children.
The day to come has arrived. They wore the most beautiful and very expensive dresses. His two half-sisters and started dressing up very beautifully. Cinderella really wanted to come and ask her mother. "Can I come to the dance with mom?" she asked in a pitiful voice.
Haha, you stupid Cinderella! You stay at home while we are away. Clean all the rooms, wash the dishes and clothes, and you are so ugly. The prince won't see you even if you come there. Her stepmother answered insultingly.
"You even smell like Cinderella. If you come along, you'll embrace us," added his eldest sister. "But I really want to come, sis." Cinderella tried to maintain her desire.
Even though Cinderella begged, her mother and sister didn't allow her to come to the handsome prince party.
Cinderella's mother and her sisters went with luxurious jewelry. While Cinderella entered the room, she was very sad and said, "I really want to go. If only I could go to the ball and meet the prince. But I also can't go with dirty and smelly clothes like this. But I really want to go," she said in his heart. Cinderella cried in the room.
Suddenly, there was a very bright light and a roar beside her. A very kind, very good mother appeared. Cinderella stopped crying. She was very surprised that next to her was a very good mother smiling kindly. "I am the very good mother who will help you go to the ball. But before that, you have to look for 6 mice, 6 lizards, and a golden pumpkin. You can get them in the back garden, and then bring it here."
Cinderella immediately looked for the golden pumpkin, 6 mice and 6 lizards. Cinderella immediately took that. The very good mother approached them one by one, and with her wand the golden cord turned into a very beautiful golden cart. The 6 rats turned into 6 golden horses, and Lizard became a bodyguard with a strong body. Cinderella was very surprised. Then the very good mother approached her, and with her wand Cinderella's very ugly and dirty clothes turned into a very shiny golden dress with very beautiful and sparkling jewelry.
Meanwhile, on her feet, there is a pair of very beautiful glass shoes. Cinderella danced very happily. Before she left, the fairy godmother said, "Cinderella, the influence of this magic will disappear after the chimes strike 12 o'clock at night. Therefore, at exactly 12 o'clock at night, you must leave the dance party."
Okay, fairy godmother, I will remember this message and leave the party at exactly 12 o'clock at night. Thank you, fairy godmother. Cinderella answered and she immediately got into her vehicle.
When Cinderella arrived at the ball, she looked very beautiful. She immediately entered the palace hall. As soon as she came inside, all eyes were on her. They were very surprised and amazed by Cinderella's beauty. Even her mother and two half-sisters didn't recognize who this beautiful princess was. "That princess is very beautiful. The princess from which country is that beautiful?" asked them.
The handsome prince went to Cinderella.
"Princess, you are very beautiful. Will you dance with me?"
said Prince. Cinderella answered with a smile.
They both danced happily. The prince said,
"You are the woman I have been looking for."
Cinderella was very happy and lost track of time. Apparently, the clock was starting to approach 12 o'clock.
"I'm sorry, Prince. I have to go home immediately." Cinderella pulled her hand from the prince's grasp and immediately ran out of the palace.
Suddenly, in the middle of his way out of the palace, his shoe fell off one side. Cinderella kept running. The prince ran after her and found Cinderella's glass slipper in the middle of the stairs. The prince immediately took the shoes.
"I will find the owner of these shoes,"
he said in his heart.
Cinderella returned to being a dirty and dusty girl. However, she was very happy because she could go partying and dancing with the prince.
One morning, the prince and his soldiers went from house to house looking for a foot that would fit the glass slipper. He searched all over the country to match the glass slipper. However, none of them were suitable.
Finally, arrived at Cinderella's house, her two sisters were very happy and couldn't wait to try on the shoes.
"Excuse me, we are looking for a girl whose feet fit these glass slippers,"
The guards said.
Her two stepsisters tried on the glass slipper. Both of their feet were too big, but they kept forcing it in. The bodyguard seized Cinderella.
"Hey you, come here, try these shoes on."
Cinderella stretched her foot into the shoe. It turns out the glass slipper is very suitable.
"It turns out you are the princess the prince was looking for,"
One of the guards exclaimed happily.
"Cinderella, congratulations."
Cinderella immediately looked back.
There stood the kind fairy godmother. "Live happily with the prince," she said. The fairy godmother immediately approached and raised her wand and read a spell, Simsalabim.
The guards immediately took Cinderella to the palace. When she arrived at the palace, the prince greeted her happily and smiled. Cinderella and the prince finally got married and lived happily ever after. And the story is the end.